It is a beautiful, beautiful late afternoon. Take a look at this. Look at that sunset. Not exactly setting, but it will very soon. But this is beautiful. Look at the trees are happy. Everything's good. Anyway, I am clearing out along the fence here, along one of my rock walls, and I opened up the compost pile that was up here, and look at what I saw. So you see this? Look at this. This is the compost. If any of you remember, a few weeks ago, I did a video on compost, and I said it wasn't ready. And there were all these branches, sticks, all kinds of things. Well, underneath those branches, underneath all these sticks, see, that's a garbage can, a tall garbage can full, is this. This is perfect. This is full of humus. Let's see if I can get in there. That's full of humus. It's so nice. This is perfect. Absolutely perfect for putting around my trees. And that is what I'm going to do. Now, if you notice, I'll do this with my hand. You see, look at these particles. In case you're wondering, there's not an odor. But this is wonderful. There's humus, which is the beginning of soil. There are leaves still. There are a lot of things in here. Isn't that beautiful? That is the perfect, perfect compost mulch. What I do is I take this compost mulch and I put it around my trees. Like here, as you can see. It's not fully broken down, and it doesn't have to be fully broken down. It doesn't have to be broken down at all. One thing is for certain, I'm going to let the chickens out tomorrow. They're going to have a heyday in this. An absolute heyday. Yep. Anyway, so I'm going to be going through all my compost bins, and I'm going to be surrounding my trees with this beautiful compost mulch. The nice thing is that I don't have to spread it around evenly. I just need to put it in a pile, and the chickens will spread it around for me. As you can see, I took the container away. And you see down here at the bottom, not everything has decomposed. Only what was in the middle decomposed. And the reason is because I did not water the compost. I just let it sit there in a pile. And I didn't do any work, nothing. I just let it sit there. Now that it is broken down somewhat, I am going to use it to mulch my trees. Actually doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if it's broken down all the way. It still makes beautiful mulch. This is still very high quality, okay? Because this was just weeds. It was weeds and rosemary branches and lavender branches and weeds. So, I mean, when the rabbits had too much to eat, whatever they didn't eat, I put it in here. And in fact, you can see where some of the droppings came with it out of the rabbit's pen. And this is perfect for mulching trees with. As the winter rains come, the water will just wash right through this. Loads of nutrients. The chickens are going to go through this. They're going to eat all the buggies. They're going to add their own fertilizer. It's a win-win for everyone. Look at this. I'm just cleaning off the weeds and stuff from here. Look at all this beautiful, beautiful soil that was made. Look at that. Now this, I'm going to add to my vegetables, my tomatoes, things like that. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, it's the following morning. Good morning. So the compost pile is now cleared out, and the contents of the container are now surrounding multiple trees in the garden. I will not be putting this compost pile back. This is it. I have this tree here, this peach tree that's going to be growing, filling in the area. I have over here, these are grapevines that are going to be filling in this area. So this area will be filled in nicely. Look at these guys. They are loving. That's where the compost pile was. And they absolutely love the place. Look at that. The old compost pile turned into a spa. Look at that. And as you can see, the chickens are spreading around the piles of compost very nicely around the trees. And they're also getting some goodies. What I'm going to do with this compost pile, since these items haven't broken down yet, I'm going to remove the bulk of them, mulch around the trees with this so that it'll break down over the winter around the trees themselves. And we'll see what the rest of it looks like at the bottom when we're done emptying this. All right, we have reached the bottom. I can tell because that's the bottom rim of this container. So we have reached the bottom. This is lovely soil here, which I am going to add to my vegetable containers. There's actually a lot of it here. This is nice. So all summer, no watering. Most of the weeds and branches and stuff did not break down, but that's okay. I am now using it as mulch to help protect the roots from frost, the winter winds, etc., the cold. And what did break down is going to go into my vegetable bins. I like using containers like this that can also double as a bench for my compost bins. They're very, very useful. And by the way, if I didn't want this as a compost bin, it would make a very lovely tool container. So this container is breaking down faster because the contents are mostly leaves. It does have some woody material in here, but not that much. So I'm just going to leave it here. I'm not going to empty this for mulch around trees, and the reason is because this one is servicing multiple trees in the area. It's servicing the tangerine tree. You see it's right here next to it. And it's also servicing the plum tree right here next to it. And it's servicing also the pear tree right here next to it. And also that tangerine tree. There's no bottom in that container. So this compost pile is actually servicing all of these trees. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave it alone. And there you have it. That is the result of my summer composting, which didn't break down very well. It's okay that it didn't break down completely because I'm able to use this mix of mulch and compost around my trees to help give my trees a little bit of extra food. Now what you see here are piles. You see, those are piles. It's not exactly spread around it. Those are piles. That's okay. That's okay because the chickens are going to come here and they're going to spread everything all around. You see, I'm even able to use it as mulch around my rose bushes. And I've added more mulch around these trees. You see that? These trees are going to get fed through this mulch. And then I also have some mulch up there around the cherry trees. And the chickens will come through here and they will spread everything all around very nicely. I love this season where everything is green. Everything is so green. Wow. And look at all these flowers still here on the rosemary bush. Until next time.